was doing some research on this, Tasha, and I realized that every one of us, we're predisposed with a breast cancer gene. It's a BRCA1, BRCA2. But it's when something is mutated. When it's not mutated, that's when it has an issue. Explain that.
So for those that are BRCA1 or 2 positive, your likelihood to getting cancer is much higher than the general population. So the general population runs a risk of getting cancer in their lifetime about 2 to 7%. For those that are BRCA1 or 2 positive, you're looking at a much higher risk. And for me and my sisters, we were an 87% likely chance to get breast and or ovarian cancer in our lifetime.
So you went to the doctor because it runs in your family. And
Yes.
of course, I know if it runs in your family, you're more likely to get breast cancer, any kind of cancer for that matter. Why did you go and what was your experience like?
So at 17, my mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. And at that point, I was the caregiver. About 3 or 4 years ago, actually 5 or 6 years ago, my mother's doctor encouraged her to test for the BRCA gene because she felt like in looking at her history, she was likely a carrier. And once she got tested, it was positive, and that prompted me and my 2 sisters to get tested as well. We were positive. So we had one goal in mind, and that was really just to be a previvor. And a previvor is someone who has a predisposition to cancer, but they take those elected surgeries to reduce the risk of ever having it.
And that's the breast, to have the breast removed?
To have the double mastectomy as well as having a full hysterectomy.
Okay. Teresa, you actually did not get diagnosed with breast cancer until you were 69, which is unbelievable because you don't look 69 right now. You know, they say black don't crack. Black really don't crack. You look good, young lady. I really appreciate you coming on the show and telling us all about this. Being diagnosed at an older age, that's not uncommon for breast cancer.
Right, it's not uncommon. It was uncommon for me because I thought in magic that I had all my bases covered. My sister died of breast cancer. I had a mammogram every year. I was contributing. I was participating. Surely I wouldn't get breast cancer, but.
So even though it was running in your family, you never thought it would happen to you because you were checking yourself or whatever, and then all of a sudden it pops up. And then when it pops up, when you find out you've been diagnosed and you realize you have breast cancer and the doctor actually tells you you have breast cancer, what was your reaction?
I found out by myself.
Okay.
I got my papers, you know, my report, and I read it by myself. Disbelief and then fear, you know. More fear, not for me, but for my son, my nieces, my family, you know.
Why were you so concerned about them because of them having to take care? Because a lot of people don't realize that when somebody is going through cancer, it's really stressful because my mom actually went through this with my stepfather not too long ago, about 6 years ago. She lost her husband to throat cancer. And it's very stressful on the family members. So were you more concerned about the stress levels of them having to take care of you or whatnot? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't as concerned about myself as I was for them, having to live, because I lived through it with my sister.
Okay.
So.
And you were there as a caretaker.
Right.
Hey, this affects everybody, Donny.